All right. Hey, AP Psych. So we are in our fourth review day. So I'm just in our slides. Wow, my internet's really slow. Okay. Hey, we're back. All right. So today, what you're going to be looking at is you're going to be reviewing units 6 and 7, which are all about learning and development. So I'll go a little bit into that, but your assignments for this week are the same as last week. So you'll have the Quizlet review sets, the self-assessment, and then the FRQ assignment. So make sure you do the do now. Click here. I made it so that when you leave your comment, I can actually respond to you to let you know that I am reading these and I really appreciate anything and everything you guys tell me. All right. So again, just don't forget, exam update that your test will be May 19th. And it'll just be FRQ questions, 2 short response questions that will only cover the things that we've learned. So we're going through them right now. We will be able to get through all the different units. And we'll spend a little bit more time practicing this second question when we get to the end of our review. All right. So again, you're going to be doing, so for part 1, again, you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to be doing the Quizlet review, but you're going to start with the self-assessment. So make sure that you open up your assignment and you're going to go through, I kind of divided them into 2. So here's the first one about learning. This one's about development. It's a lot of terms, right? And some of the questions that you guys asked me in last week's assignment were, are all of these terms going to be on the test? Of course not, right? Before, it was much more likely that you would see quite a few of them because we had 100 multiple choice questions. But now, since it's only 2 FRQs, you don't know what's going to be on there. However, that doesn't mean, well, I'm just going to study 10 of these terms. That means you need to, they're all fair game. You need to know the terms enough to be able to answer the question. So what I will say though, and I have shared this with you before, and I will post it in Google Classroom. I have this list of terms from each unit that have come up most commonly in the FRQs for the last few years. So you'll see, like, for example, we're in development. So post-conventional morality is a term that comes up quite a bit. That's why when you get to the FRQs, you'll see I put that term in there so you can practice it. So these are ones that's like, you don't know if these are for sure going to show up in the test, but it's more likely that these ones might, as opposed to some of the other terms. So again, I'll share this in Google Classroom. So you're going to do the self-assessment. You're going to highlight green, yellow, red based on which terms you know. Then you are going to answer the reflection and assessment questions. And then finally, after this, you'll go into the FRQs. But to go back to the slides, so you will be doing the self-assessment, and then you'll get to this page with all the videos. So I put in review videos from Crash Course, but I also linked here on the bottom these blue links. They're links. They'll open up and they'll bring you to a review lecture that is posted by AP and the College Board. And this lecture is given by an AP psychology teacher, somebody who's been teaching it much longer than I have. They are longer. They're like 45-minute videos. So it's like going to a lecture and just listening about these different terms. So they have that for almost every single unit. So if you'd like to look into any of those, you are absolutely free to do that. Otherwise, I have the Crash Course videos here. And that is that. So you'll watch the videos, and then, additionally, I added in a few flowcharts because some of the terms in this I think are a little confusing. So this one helps you understand operant conditioning, and this one helps you understand the schedules of reinforcement. This helped me so much, actually, just looking at it simply like this, because I think it was kind of confusing, like fixed, ratio, all those things. So then you will go to the Quizlet. As you'll see in here, you'll have your Quizlet sets. There's a lot this time. So what I asked you to do was you need to basically use your self-assessment and see, well, which terms did I really struggle with? And then you're going to say, okay, if I'm really struggling with like unconditioned stimulus, conditioned response, those kinds of things, then you're going to want to focus in on the module that has those review terms in it. And I do believe it is this one. No, it's the one before it. Wherever it may be. So you're going to try to look for 5 of the review sets that you need to review the most. If you'd like to do more than 5, that is completely fine. And you only have to do 1 activity for each one. I know it's a little bit longer. All right. So you watch the videos, do the Quizlets. Then you are going to move on to the last part of the assignment, which is over here, is the FRQs. So it's the same as last time. I gave you the FRQ. Each question is a little bit shorter, but I gave you 3 this time, actually. So the first one is about classical conditioning. The second one is more about operant conditioning and reinforcement. And then the last one is about development. So you'll answer those, and then you're done. Yeah, I think that's it. The only other thing I wanted to mention, and I sent you guys an email, is that this week, where am I going? I was going to email. This week in Psych, what we will be doing is we will actually be having a little bit more structure. So for the first 15 minutes, we'll be just checking in. And then for this next 15 minutes, we'll be reviewing learning. The following 15 minutes, we'll be reviewing developmental psychology. And then the last 15 minutes will be questions and independent help if you need it. So again, I sent that in an email, but we're trying to be a little bit more structured this week, just in case you wanted a little bit more time with me explaining some of the different terms. So tune in for that if you have time. I'd love to see you all, especially even if it's just for that first 15 minutes, just to check in and say, hey, I'm here, I'm alive. All right, that is it.